Hello everybody, welcome back to another YouTube adventure from old Swiftwater. Today I'm in Clinton County, Indiana. We're along the Kilmore Creek. Right now they haven't had a lot of water this year, so things are kind of dry, exposing a lot of the gravel benches for that flood gold that's come down through the glacier pushes. Back out here again with the old gold cradle rocker box, just to prove that it works also just as good as in Arizona as it does here in Indiana. I'll be bringing another video to you. It's also going to be out of Baltimore, Maryland, which in the GPAA claims guide they talk about some old gold mines that's there. No claims per se or no places to dig, but they do show you where things are, so you go out and get you some private land guys to give you permission to get out on there. Always get permission, we all know that. Anyway, like I said, we're going to get out here and get set up and find out just what we can find in these gravel benches. So come along, let's check it out. Well, here we are, down on the creek bank. As you can tell, like I said, they haven't had a lot of rain. You see a lot of the stuff over here. We've got a nice little pool. We've got our big gravel bar on the outside of a big wash around, almost like a horseshoe. So what I'm relying on is the gold to be depositing up in these little gravel bars right here. And maybe it's going to be a good turnout today. Like I said, I've got a full 6 to 8 feet wide by about 2.5 feet tall, clear down to the bottom of the creek, which there's not really a lot of bedrock here. If you get down to bedrock, it's pretty deep. But you'll get down to what they call clay pack or a mud area, which there's not too much gold in that. And anyway, let me get set up with the gold cradle rocker box here and maybe get some stuff going through it, and we'll see what we got. Like I said, we're back down here on this gravel bench. Since the water's low, we're out here actually in the middle instead of being along the sides up here in the bank. I don't like really digging too much of the banks around here. They're just a little dirty unless you find some nice rock veins to dig out. They're really kind of actually a pain. They just clog up a lot of the works. What I'm doing out here today is I actually got two classifiers. First I've got my 1/2 inch, strictly because out here on these gravel benches there's a lot of bigger rocks. Now the gold cradle rocker box comes equipped with a classifier already on it. You don't really need to classify the material, but I did my homework and my studies, just like you know I always do, and I know that here you're going to get flour to flake gold in Indiana. If you do happen to find what we consider a pickard, it's going to be about the size of a wheat germ, and we just, in Kilmore Creek here, we haven't found too many of them. So what we're going to go is bigger flakes. I did bring my other classifier, the 20 mesh. Unfortunately, I was actually trying to get my 10 mesh and brought the wrong one, so we won't be using that today. I don't really want to take it down to that fine because it's not going to be, there's a chance that there's going to be a couple flakes that's probably not going to go through a 20 mesh that might have just hung in a 10 mesh just barely. So I'm going to classify a bucket out, and then we're going to go ahead and run our bucket through the gold cradle and maybe do a quick cleanup. Maybe try to cut this video short and just show you what I got. And we'll get her done. We'll make it happen. Stick around. All right, just a real quick, I'm going to show you around a little bit. This is the creek that I'm talking about right there. Is obviously the spot that I'm working. You can see the gravel bench actually starts from this log jam right here. Actually works back out, and it comes all the way into a pretty good size. Like I said, about 8 to 6 feet. The creek is reeled down. As you can tell, we got the little pools of water here, and we actually got a big, there's the gold cradle, got a little waterfall working coming this way. Now you'll see right there, that's where I walk down, and you see right here's the bank that I was telling you about that comes across, and you'll see how the creek goes way down into there. Comes up in about a 4 to 8 foot bank when the water washes around this horseshoe right here. It's actually a pretty good spot. I have ran a dredge or two here in my day, and like I said, did have some good luck with it. Unfortunately, bringing a dredge back right here this time of year, the mosquitoes are just a little bit rough which I don't mind the mosquitoes. We've worked it before. Just bringing a dredge down. Like I said, I'm doing the gold cradle rocker box now. I'm trying to get away from all gas, all tools, all oil. I just want to bring down the basic necessities to prospect by hand, but make a good showing. And so far, the little machine that I got, the old gold cradle, it's doing its job. It's the 99.9% of the gold. I've used it in the desert. I've used it along the creeks now. Like I said, later on, pretty more up in Baltimore, Maryland. I'll be showing you up there on the old gold scenes up there, which back in the day, like the book says in the GPA, they were pretty crude, so they really didn't collect all the gold, which that's why we still get gold these days in the creeks. But anyway, just hang around, and I'll be back with you in just a minute. All right, guys. Well, welcome back. Like I said, I got the gold cradle all set up right now. Miner's moss, my grate, everything like that. Like I was telling you earlier, Jerry does make these with a nice classifier in it, so you don't need a classifier. You can sit here and put your aggregates right in it, but I am looking for fine gold here. I'm not in California. If I was in California, somewhere where there's a chance that there would be good nuggets, I would dang sure be shoveling everything in here. The reason why is because after you clean it all off, which you'll see how, we actually, once we clean it off, the nuggets will be still left in the tray. I do 1 or 2 scoops, real good scoops in the top like so. And this is all, like I said, concentrated stuff. You can just go the big way. Put your water in there. Remember, it's a rocker box. If you're shaking it, it's working. You want those rocks to get all that nice sand out of there, all the good stuff. I've got mine on a little bit of a tilt, like I said, because the reason why, it's like a sloop box. It's about 1 foot long, so I want about 1 inch of slope on it. Usually I would take it down a little bit more, but I want the sand to drain through my ribbed rubber matting accordingly. So once you put your water in, you just get that nice shaking action. And I've worked this, like I said, I've worked this thing half a days. Your arm doesn't get tired. Jerry makes these swivels very nice and makes them real smooth. Like I said, you just shake the good stuff out. All your gold goes down through the machine. When you're ready to do the top out, just pick it off, run it through. Like I said, if you're in California, you'd actually be checking for nuggets. Sometimes I check around through them for diamonds, like that in Indiana. They're very uncommon, but they are found here every now and then. Like I said, you get a good bunch of aggregates like that. Just right when you're done, just toss them away. You don't need them. You go ahead and just go back in. Now what I'm going to do is I notice my water's a little slow on my rock section, so I'm actually going to take my top plate out, and I'm just going to go with the bigger classifier. The reason why I'm going to do that is because I know I only classified down into the 1/2 inch material, and it does tend to clog it up a little bit on the top, so a few more scoops. And then you just keep working it. You just shake. That's all you do. No gas, no oil. There we go. Now we're getting a good run raw through there. No gas, no oil, no tools. It's all done by hand. And like I said, you can do quite a bit of material through this in a day's time. You can use it in the desert. You can use it along the creek like I'm doing. I kind of like using it along the creek, but I actually do live out in Arizona in the desert. But what's good is I can actually take 10 gallons of water, 10 to 15 gallons of water with me out in the desert. I can sit there and work all day because you do fill the tub with water. It does have the recirculating tray that comes with it. I've actually got it in the back today just because I like to keep it there. But working along the creek, it works very well. Another fantastic attribute about this machine is the insides of it. It comes with your rib rubber matting, which is your catch tray for your gold, which I found out 9 out of 10% of my gold is going to be in that rib rubber matting. It doesn't come out. It's just the way that he's got it set up. It makes it more efficient. Here in the back, you can see that I still got my carpet. It's pushed all the way back. Like I said, I'm looking for fine gold. So my carpet's still in there. And then right here in the front, you got your grate, like you'll see on most sluice boxes. And then the rib rubber matting that you see on most sluice boxes at the top. So not only do you have 1, the classifier to find gold, you have 2, 3 with the carpet, 4 and 5 with the grate and the rib rubber matting. Like I said, folks, this machine, 99.9% of the gold. I'm just real happy with it. I'm pleased. I'm not buying $4 a gallon in gas. I'm not buying any oil to take down. I'm not having to pack anything down. Like I said, you just run you just run your aggregates through here all day like that and rock it. That's all you do. Let your machine do the work for you. All you're doing is using one arm and using your bucket. Besides the fact I kind of like it because I'm sitting down on a bucket. I don't mind sitting down digging gold. It's kind of funny to me, but hey, I kind of like to do it. It's just the initial part. If you're sitting right here, just along this gravel shoal, You can actually turn around and take aggregates right from the gravel bar itself. Move a little bit of rocks like so. Like I said, you can buy a little bit my metal shovel. I'm going to use my plastic one real quick. But like I said, you can take aggregates right from the thing, stick it in. Like I said, if you're in a place that you know there's good gold, always keep an eye out for those nuggets. Those nuggets are important. Without those nuggets, you're not going to get the weight unless you find a lot of flour gold. Like I said, built-in classifier right up the top. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got anything golf ball size clear down to 1/8 inch size in there. So it really works. Like I said, Jerry's made this pretty efficient and make it easy. Not only is it easy for maybe the wife, but it's also easy for the kids. They can figure out. You know why? Because all you do is you rock it, you feed it, and you rock it. So, well, anyway, right now, since like I said, I was going to try to keep this video short, I'm going to run the rest of this bucket, and we're going to do a simple clean out. We're going to find out just what kind of gold we're finding up in here in Indiana. Like I said, this is just a little test plot that I'm pulling. I haven't got much time because we're actually traveling right now. But like I said, I had to come back, you know, as a gold prospector. I got to find the gold, and I got the feeder just like everybody else. So I definitely want to be out here and find out the stuff. So stick around, and I'm going to be right back, and we'll show you a good cleanup on it. All right. Now that's some good working action on there, I'm telling you. Like I said, all you got to do is put it down through the middle. Keep that water rocking from side to side on this box. It works perfect. Once again, after you're done with the sands, look inside. No good big gold flakes. Dump out your sailing piles. Come back and redo it again. Like I said, stick around, folks. We're going to show you at least some flakes. I'm pretty sure. We always find something. Yeah, the good old rocker box. That's what I'm talking about. Sitting here out here, enjoying the fresh outside, running dirt through your rocker box. Now, I want to show you a little something. Now, you see this water in here? You see the water down here in this plastic rib mat? You say you get that water working side to side there. That's actually the kind of action that you want to see. You want that water to go down through there and go side to side. All right. I think we're just about ready to do a nice little cleanup on this box. Let me get a couple more cups in this way. Just to make sure, I like to clean it out. After I do it, maybe about 5-10 cups. Just make sure you get all your unnecessary black sands out, all the stuff that you don't want, the little rocks. And like I said, you still got the rubber matting down there on the bottom, which you can wash out the walks there if you don't want to pan it on out as well. All right, now. What I'm going to do now is I want to show you just how fast and efficient that this rocker box is. This is another one of the reasons why I just like it. Besides the fact that there's no gas, no oils, no tools that I got to pack down, nothing to lose. This is another reason why I like it. Now right here, I'm already going to look inside my rubber matting. I can already see good black sands. I can see a good buildup of garnets, which you can get pinks, greens, yellows, reds. Here in Indiana, it's not uncommon to find a bunch of garnets. But here's how easy it is. Simple gold pan everybody gets. As a matter of fact, there is a gold pan that comes equipped with the gold cradle rocker box when you get the kit. What I'm going to do is put a little water in like so. Set this down here. The number one slot coming out is right here in the front. Pull it out like so. Take your miner's moss, put it in there, clean off your little metal grate. Put it back up like so. Miner's moss, stretch it out, shake it a couple times like so. Like I said, you know, how to clean out miner's moss, just make sure you get all your black sands, all the little pieces of gold. Like I said, this miner's moss is actually good. It's got enough gap in it that if there is little pickers, they will not come out of this miner's moss. If they do, there's the little trap down on the bottom with the carpet. But this right here, I like it because it does catch a lot of the black gold. Like I said, right there, it's just as easy clean up. Pretty much you're done right there, and you can work this all day. Just kind of when you do your classifying, if you're starting to see your black sands and your stuff are building up real high in your miner's moss, go ahead and clean it out. But I've ran numerous buckets through this machine, and I have not ran enough yet that I've actually had to clean this miner's moss out before halfway through the day just to see what I got, or at the end of the day. It does take quite a bit of dirt to make it build up that fast. And then, like I said, you go inside here, pull out your little carpet, do the same thing with the carpet. That way you get all your little flakes of gold off of there. Pull your little grate up, like so. Pull it out of there. And here comes your little ribbed rubber matting. This comes out just as easy. Slip it over in the side, like so. When I got my ribbed rubber matting, that's why I got my pan down here at the bottom. I always, just for beneficial, just to make sure I got all them gold flakes, I go ahead and wash any kind of debris out that's in there. It doesn't take long. Just a simple wash out. Turn right around. Put your nice ribbed rubber matting back in, like so. Put the front underneath the lip. That's what that lip's there for. Make sure you got your grate. You know how the grate goes, so they come back, making an eddy that way, so your gold is in. Slide this little bit back in, like so. Push it to the front. Put your carpet back down in. Slide it all the way to the back. And then, right there, that's a fast cleanup. Took me maybe a minute and 30 seconds. And probably the only reason why it took a minute and 30 seconds is because I'm sitting here showing you how to do it. I've got pretty fast where I can clean this out, and then it's ready to go. You can take the pan over and clean it if you're out with kids, getting them back out there, because everybody knows, if it wasn't for kids, we wouldn't have our next generation coming in. So always take a kid out prospecting, get him into it, and let him find a little gold as well. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and clean this pan out, and then we'll get back to you in just a second. Come down the creek a little bit, just to find sunlight. I like to clean stuff out in the sunlight. Show you a little bit about what we're going to do in the cleanup here. Find out what we got. Like I said, here in Indiana, you can already see black sands turning up. So you got to get that agitation action going pretty good. I don't really want to clean stuff out too fast because, like I said, it is flake gold. A lot of people will use a safety pan. I prefer not to. If it falls out of my pan, that's just something the next guy will find. I don't lose any nuggets. I don't lose a lot of fine gold out of here. Like I said, I agitate it quite a lot. If I see black sand showing up, like you see real heavy up here in the top, right here in the middle, that's telling me I'm getting real close. So go ahead and agitate it again. So the whole thing is to try to get the blonde sands out and most of the trash black sand. Now when the blondes are going out, that black sand's going out too, but I like to keep the gold right to the bottom or in them riffles like you see it happening. A lot of black sands. Some good black sands actually here in Indiana. Tell you what, if gold was our black sand was as much as gold, I would definitely be a rich man right now because I know where to go. Look at all that black sand. Get that blonde back up in there like so. Shake that gold down in there like so. Get it all the way down. You want to work it down as much as you possibly can without losing the gold. That's why I just bring a little bit of water, let the black sands roll off. Agitate it. I like to keep it agitated as soon as I see a lot of that black sands. Oh, I did see one flake in there. He's down there at the bottom. Not very big, but a little color. Like I said, you're going to find anywhere from flour to flake gold here in Indiana. It's not, no big nuggets, no big charmers, nothing like that. All right, let's see what happens here. Let's see what I can find. Like I said, I like to just, still got some black sands in it, but the gold usually is right up there at that top corner. See, I just roll that around, get that around. Ah, there's a little piece of gold right there. Oh, there's several good flakes in here. Do a little tap. Get that gold right back up to the top. I don't want to lose it in no black sands because I want you all to be seeing it. You got some lead in here as well. Of course, being in here in the creek, being out in Indiana, buckshot's pretty prevalent. Bird shot. Keep that gold coming up. Don't go down. That black sand gets heavy on it. It takes it. Once you take it right to the top. All right. Probably got us about 5 or 6 colors in here. I don't know if you can see. Got 5 or 6 colors right up in here. Here's a little bit of a good flake right there, and a couple specks of birdshot. But yeah, right there's just to show you that the gold is here. Gold is in Indiana. 1, 2, 3, 4, several fine flakes. I bet you there's about 12. I don't know if you can zoom in right up here at the top of this pan or not. Right there at the bottom of that lip. You get it close enough there? I don't know if you can see the specks of gold in there, folks, but my camera, I got a new camera. It's working pretty good, and it usually does its job. So I hope you're seeing the specks. But there's at least 15 to 16 flower specks in there. I've got well, what I consider about 3 flakes in there, and then 1 piece of lead and a piece of birdshot. All right. Well, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. So, what I want to tell you is, like I said, I put that back. Like I said, I'm not going to run a bunch of accuracy today. I just wanted to show you pretty much how the box worked. That you can find gold in Indiana. Those flakes and those flower golds, like actually last year with my homie, Lisa 24 karat cradle. If you got on Gold Prospector Space, you'll know who she is. She's on there sometimes writing around, but we ran a dredge for about 3 days in here. Actually got rained out our last vacation we come here, so we wasn't able to run but 3 days out of a whole entire week, because this creek, when it gets flooded, it really gets humming. Anyway, out of that little 3 days of dredging, we actually pulled us out almost 2.3 grams of nothing but flower gold and flake gold. So, like I said, the gold's here. It's on how you work it. I tried to dredge last year. You know, I like dredging. It does move a little bit, but I've noticed that most of these gravel benches here in Indiana is what holds the gold. So don't try to go down on bedrock unless you've got exposed bedrock where you know you're pretty close to, then it's always prevalent to dig down that far. But anyway, the gold cradle rocker box worked great. Another fantastic day to be out here. Found a little gold, as you've seen, and like I said, take a kid out gold prospecting. Get your family out. The rocker box, it's a great way to do it. It's a backpack portable. It goes right on your back, just like a backpack. It's easy across your shoulder. It doesn't matter. Anybody can carry it. So like I said, this is Swiftwater in Indiana. I want to say thanks for tuning in. And like I said, get out there and start living life before life ain't there worth getting to live. So I'll see you next time. Y'all take care, all right?